Good morning and welcome. It's always great to have an opportunity to sit down and talk politics and policy with the governor of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts and our guest this morning, Governor Charlie Baker. Welcome.
Hey, John, how are you?
Good to have you here. I'm fine. How are you doing? You've been walking around with a crutch lately. Are we going to see that for the next 3 years, or?
I'm hoping you see it for about the next 3 hours, but we'll see.
Okay.
I mean, my guess is I'll be off it by next week.
You hurt it playing basketball?
I did.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I have old basketball wounds, and basic message was, if you're going to play basketball, wear a brace.
You can't dunk anymore, can you?
God, no.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, that's good to know.
Although, no, I'm even going to go there. No,
okay. All right. Well, we'll see if we can fill that in. Listen, it's been, as you know, almost exactly 1 year since you were elected. Let's take a moment to reflect back here. What's the best decision you've made?
I think the best decision we made, and it's a little general, was to build a bipartisan cabinet. I didn't pay a lot of attention to the letters that came at the end of people's names. I was just looking for the best person for the job. And I've been surprised by how many people have said to me that we talked about being bipartisan, we talked about creating sort of constructive friction with the legislature and working collaboratively, and a lot of people noticed that a number of our key appointments in our administration were Democrats, Independents, and Republicans, and not, you know, sort of a partisan administration. That was not something, I was just trying to find the best person, but it has turned out to be something that has benefited us a lot.
So that was an important early message that you sent. Okay, what's been the worst decision you've made?
You know, I've said this before, I think I waited too long to reach out to the former general manager of the T, Bev Scott, when it started to snow and we had all those problems with the MBTA. It's an independent entity. I was trying to basically let it do its thing and be independent, but given the state of affairs and the 5 feet of snow in less than 2 weeks, a lot of people criticized me for not jumping in earlier to create a collaborative and sort of unified approach to how we were going to deal with that situation, and I wish I'd gotten into it sooner.
So what have you learned from that?
That in the end, when you're governor, you know, the finer points of how government's organized and all the rest may be important to me, but they're less important to the public. The public basically sees the governor as the chief executive of the Commonwealth, and whichever board or whichever operation it is, if it's part of the Commonwealth's operating sort of continuum, then it should be on my radar and part of my jurisdiction.
Another milestone is coming up in November here, the 4th anniversary of the passage of the Expanded Gaming Act, allowing up to 3 casinos and 1 slots parlor here in our state. Now, the slots parlor is open, but we've yet to see shovels in the ground in the casinos approved for Springfield and Everett, both of which face serious legal and economic challenges, and the 3rd license remains unissued. Meanwhile, Connecticut, Rhode Island, New York, and maybe others are all moving to grab more of the gambling pie, and online gambling, fantasy sports, is expanding rapidly. Did we blow it?
I don't know if we've blown it. It's going to be a long time before anybody's going to know who wins or who loses with respect to all this stuff. I said all along that I wanted to go slow. I mean, my original position in 2010 was 1 casino, let's see what happens. I do think they're on the property in both Everett on the Wynn Casino and the MGM Casino in Springfield. There were some delays for a bunch of reasons associated with those, but I believe at this point both of those folks are on the property. The fact that it's taking longer here in Massachusetts than it's taking in other places, you know, we have a lot of history of giving people a lot of latitude to speak their piece and engage in public dialogue on everything. Big home rule, state, local government, local voice, and that absolutely slows down the process in practically everything. But in this particular case, John, I think we're not going to know the answer to that question for a while. Whether or not going slow on this or going fast in the end was a better outcome.
Take a breath. We'll take a short break, and we'll continue our conversation with Governor Charlie Baker in a moment. Please stay with us. Welcome back. We're talking with Governor Charlie Baker. And Governor, we were talking a little bit about, you know, the campaign a year ago, and during that campaign,
we're closing in on the 1-year anniversary of the election itself. It's in a couple of days.
That's what I mean. Yeah. So during that election, you hit Martha Coakley pretty hard on her views on reforming the child protection system in Massachusetts. This past September, a state report on the near-fatal abuse and starvation of the 7-year-old boy, Jack Loisel, found ample evidence of incompetence by DCF personnel, including their failure to ever formally assess the parenting capacity of the father who's criminally charged in the case. Just the other day, a report by the Office of the Child Advocate on the death of little Bella Bond also documented gross incompetence by DCF personnel, including, again, failure to assess suitability of a mother with a long history of arrest, drug abuse, and the passing off of 7-year-old research on the family history as current. Why haven't any of the DCF employees implicated in this negligence been fired or suspended?
Well, many of these reports, as you know, John, date back to decisions and behavior that go back as far as 2012, and in some cases even before that. And I said during the campaign that I believe DCF had systemic problems that needed to be fixed. And I think the Child Welfare League of America report that was issued in the summer of 2014 laid that out in lavender. And it always bothered me that the leadership around state government minimized this. And if you're not willing to acknowledge you have a problem, it's pretty hard to fix it. And one of the things we've said, and I've said from the beginning here, is until our intake policy, our supervisory policy, our in-home case management policy, and a host of other things haven't been updated or don't even exist. And so for us to turn around and say to the frontline worker, you're fired, when in fact the leadership has not done the heavy lifting associated with actually creating the playbook that you can hold people accountable for, which had not happened for years, is just not the right way to do this. And so we are putting in place those, bricks one at a time, and to get to the point where by mid-November we will have standing policies in place and best practices in place on each of these, and at that point people will be held accountable. Was it ever not a violation of policy and procedure to basically clip and paste dated research and present it as current on a case? See, the problem we have there is it's several years old at this point. When you were running for governor, and then DCF Commissioner Olga Roche was under fire for the botching of the Jeremiah Oliver case, her agency's problem. You said if you were governor, you would, quote, find a graceful way for her to be removed from office, end quote. Why are you suddenly so timid about holding individuals accountable? Okay, so the first thing I said was not that I would look for a graceful way for her to leave. The first thing I said is, what's your plan for fixing DCF? And I took a lot of grief for saying that. But my view is it's harder to put the plan in place and execute on it sometimes than it is to actually just find a scalp. And in the case of Olga Roche, weeks went by and turned into months, and there was no plan. And at that point, I said, it's probably time for her to go. Because, again, there was no leadership there. My view on this is we are doing the work that's required, working with the social worker union and others, to put in place the policies and the practice standards that we can hold people accountable to. But I don't think it's fair to anybody. And by the way, it's the easy way out to just say, you're gone, you're gone. Basically because the agency's done a poor job at the top of putting in place the kinds of policies and procedures that should be there. And so our focus is on putting those in place and then holding people accountable to them.
I'm not getting it, sir. Okay. If individuals are demonstrably incompetent and they violate proper procedure, basically cheat the system, and a child dies as a consequence of that, how can it be right to not hold them personally accountable? Well, what kind of message does that send to others? We're going to do some follow-up on the OCA report. Remember, we asked for the OCA report. We wanted an independent third party to review the findings of the Bella Bond case, and we'll pursue the information that's contained in there. Thanks for coming by. That's it for us. Now it's back to my colleagues for more WBZ News.